Well, I was underwhelmed by it. I'm sorry to say.
I can't argue with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are parts of it I think that are. I mean, physically, I think it's a beautiful film. I think the sound effects, the use of music, but there's something missing. There is something.
You know what the wonderful thing about the original is that it has the first movie. It has a very simple. I mean, it has a very simple thing. There's replicants out there. We go get them. Blah blah blah. That's it. And of course the complexities of the moral underpinnings of the situation and everything. You know, add depth to it. For me, this one, even though it's rather simple, you know, I mean, there's a lot of gobbledygook in it, but you eventually just have to say, well, he's just going out to find he's going out to find Harrison Ford. That's it.
That's the movie, that part, I think. I hate to say it, but you are kind of waiting for that moment. I mean, you
are, and I unfortunately they save it to the last bit, and you know, the last 30 minutes or so, and so I don't think I'm spoiling anything there. I hate this whole thing of spoilers, but you know, let me just be clear on some things that I did like about it. Okay, first of all, it is a beautiful looking movie. However, I don't believe that this is going to be, you know, Deacon's, you know, Oscar winning film. I don't think that the photography is so great that it's going to overcome something like Dunkirk. But
I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. That's a really good point. I did not think of that.
I mean, it's nice looking, but it still doesn't hold a candle to the original. The look of the original. It's dusty. It's gritty. It's dirty. It's rainy and snowy at times. But
a lot of snow. A lot of snow.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting, you know, that was interesting, an interesting touch to it. But I just wasn't moved by that main character. Basically, I just, you know, it was just too cold of a performance for me to hook into as the lead. Also, you know, something I missed from the first movie. Remember how the first movie is like filled with all these, you know, great character actors and stuff just popping up everywhere. This didn't really have any of that. I mean, you get one pointless. Yeah, I mean, you get one pointless kind of scene with Edward James Olmos, and I guess we have Robin Wright in there, but you know, that's about the extent of it. And now I'll tell you, I loved the scenes with him and the virtual girlfriend, who's played by somebody I'd never seen before.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know her. But you know, I like that. But I you know, and that's a very good thing to bring up, actually, because I was talking about this with my brother today, one of my brothers on the phone, and you have this whole group of replicants who are, I mean, I think one of the themes of the film that holds over from the first one, the replicants are more human than the humans. And to the point I was going to ask, were there any humans in this movie? Because I was having a lot of trouble discerning the replicants from the humans. I don't mean that as a negative thing. I just, that the replicants I felt were so lone. I mean, his life that he comes home to, Ryan Gosling K's character, I thought was dismal. His existence, I thought, was I mean, it did remind me a lot of Joaquin Phoenix and Her, with the operating system of the Scarlett Johansson. It reminded me a lot of that. I mean, Yeah, I mean, you know, it's even more dismal than you
Harrison Ford's existence in the first movie. It's in comparison, Harrison Ford's apartment is like a palace compared to but I mean, like this is, I don't know, I wasn't impressed with it on an art direction level. I mean, I guess it's okay. I love the art director, Dennis Gaster's done many of my favorite movies, but I just didn't feel like it held a candle to the first movie. I was kind of wanting to revisit that world, and outside of the flying car sequences, that it never really really felt like a Blade Runner sequel. Really, it just it doesn't really feel like one until Harrison Ford enters the picture, and I don't feel like they gave Harrison Ford enough to do. He's really only in 4 scenes, and I don't think he had, one of the scenes that he's in, which does have a major stunning thing in it, but is mostly commanded by Jared Leto. So Jared Leto has more lines in the movie than Harrison Ford does. He has 2 long monologues that stop the movie cold, if you ask me.
Oh, God. That's okay. So let's talk about. I think we're in a point of agreement about Jared Leto. Can we just agree to just finally agree that Jared Leto is only playing Jared Leto or parody of Jared Leto? Can we come out and say that finally?
I don't know what he's like in real life, so I wouldn't know.
But I mean, he's obviously taking over. Obviously, he is filling in for the part of Tyrell, the Tyrell Corporation.
He's the Tyrell figure in this.
Yeah, so he's just goddamn pontificating. You're just like, dude, shut up.
Yeah, just two aimless monologues that just go on forever, and you just, oh my God, shut up, please.
He took me out of the movie. He took me out of the movie. That's actually one of my major problems with the movie. My other problem with the movie, and it's not the movie's fault, but there was a way to rectify it. Was I like the movie. I like what it's trying to do, but there's something missing. And I think the thing that's missing is you have no one like Rutger Hauer in the movie. And I think it really hurts the movie.
I mean, again, the original is filled with great performances.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You think of William Sanderson, and you think of Daryl Hannah, and M. Emmett Walsh. Edward James Olmos, on and on it goes, and then of course Rutger Hauer, but Brian James and Joanna Cassidy, just a litany of characters that are interesting, and Sean Young, of course. I don't think this has outside of the Ana de Armas. And the girl playing the memory maker, whose name she was also somebody that is new to me, and I don't even know the character's name, so I can't look it up to see who she is. But is it Carla Jurel? Dr. Anna Stelline? I think that might be her. But I thought she was fantastic in it. She had the best scene in the movie. That scene with her and Kay as he's approaching her in her virtual world. Mm-hmm. I thought she was fascinating in that one scene, and really good. I forgot to say that Barkhad Abdi, who played the I guess the head pirate in Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips.
He's in it, but he only has like a very, very quick scene in it.
Dude,
but that's the kind of it is. But he's been doing good. But that's the kind of character actor that I wanted to see more of.
Right.
And I just didn't feel like it. But other than that, first of all, 3 hours. Does it have to be 3 hours? Couldn't they cut it down a little bit? Because really, it was ponderous sometimes, It was they could really speed this up.
They could speed it up. I did not notice that. Here's my thing. I like it. I think it's a solid sequel, if you will. But this whole idea that it surpasses the original, what are you guys
No way.
smoking? No, what I want to know, what are you smoking? Can I have it now? I mean, because I just don't see it. It's a smaller movie. I think it's a smaller movie in a lot of ways than the original. That's just me. I just think it's a smaller. It seems like that world seems much smaller to me now than it did
it surely doesn't seem like a Los Angeles movie to me. I guess because they go to Vegas eventually. So, but I mean, it seems like most of the movie takes place there. But or at least, definitely most of the movie takes place outside of Los Angeles. It feels like. So we don't get
LA at all. Yeah.
And I didn't feel that, I was going in thinking, Roger Deakins is doing this. It's going to be great. It's going to be visually splendorous. There's going to be colors and everything. I felt it was a very monochromatic movie. It was really a lot of beiges and whites and maybe some oranges here and there. But I didn't really feel like it was as colorful a movie as Blade Runner is, the Ridley Scott movie. And just on a visual level, again, let's talk about the score. Okay, you got Hans Zimmer and one of his underlings doing it, who I don't have the underling's name here.
Benjamin something. He composed it earlier this year.
Benjamin Wallfish. What now? He did what?
It.
Oh, okay. See, I thought of course, the original Vangelis score is brilliant, and this score it sometimes tries to ape the sound of that, but really it just comes off as a bunch of droning, and the only real elements of melody in the score are lifted from the original movie. From the original Vangelis score, so I was disappointed in the score. I thought the sound was good and the effects are good, but I was just generally left cold by it all, and it didn't move me at all. It didn't make me think. It was just it wasn't a complete waste of time. It's a movie that had to be made, I guess. People were clamoring for it, but I didn't think it worked.
I'm really sour on Hans Zimmer. I mean, I don't know. He's on tour. He tours with his movie music, and he has a big band behind him and everything. And I would be interested in seeing that, just for the novelty of it. But, man, he is nowhere near as good, even though he's a lot more popular, than he was when he started. He has not written a score as good or up to the level of something like Beyond Rangoon, which he did early on in his career. And so I was actually listening to the original Vangelis score earlier today. And I was like, my God, what a magnificent score. It's got great thematic elements. It's got some weird stuff in it, like they altered this vocalist in one selection, and it sounds so exotic and otherworldly and unsettling. And then you have the soothing sounds of the saxophone and the love theme. That's incredible. I mean, it's a score for the ages. So, and I have a feeling that Jóhann Jóhannsson did a score for Blade Runner that they probably dismissed because maybe it was too experimental. I would love to hear what Jóhann Jóhannsson did for the movie before they replaced.
I didn't mind that in the score because it did lift some elements from the Vangelis score. Obviously, it had to. I mean, you can't do that. It has to do that.
I'm fine with the score lifts. I like the callbacks, but I wanted more of a complete score that I don't know that seemed to further and at least match the original. I guess maybe that's too much to ask for, but I would. I do believe that Johan Johansson is a better composer than Hans Zimmer. I don't understand this thing about Hans Zimmer. Does he have like is it true that he has like a crew of people under him that really do the writing, and he's just sort of the executive producer of the score, or is that wrong? Am I wrong about that, or what? Does anybody know?
I mean, the official capacity, they're co-collaborators, so they're co-composers. And I'm sure that another composer, or he brought out another composer to help him, since he had to finish the score in record time. I mean, this was like a really last minute thing. It's a major undertaking.
Well, maybe that's why. I mean, maybe that's the reason. I think they should have gone with the Johan Johansson. I have full confidence in him, but. Yeah, I mean, is there anything else to say? I mean, it does have one great scene with Harrison Ford that takes place in I guess a Las Vegas nightclub or something, where they have these holograms of Elvis and Liberace and so forth, sort of malfunctioning in the background. And I thought that was one of the most inventive scenes in the movie. It seems like almost all the scenes in the movie that had something to do with virtual reality were the best scenes in the film, which is strange. But and I have a major nitpick with. Usually, the logic of story or whatever doesn't really enter into. Sometimes doesn't. I don't know. I had a problem with the story, frankly. One element of the story, and this is kind of a spoiler. So if if you haven't seen it, you might want to skip over the next 5 minutes or so. But what? So we're out searching for the baby that Rachel has had, and my question is, how can? And I'm still not sure if Harrison Ford is a replicant or isn't. I think he is.
No, I have no idea still. I have no clue, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a good job of sort of skirting that, which is fine. But so if she's able, everybody's surprised that she was able to have a baby. But how can everybody be surprised? She had to be designed. She had to be designed with the correct equipment to have a child. Why would it be a surprise?
Well, it's a lot of. I'm sure you know there's a lot of plot continuity problems in this movie. There's a lot. I mean, why do you need to build this? Why do you build this a bipedal slave workforce, and then you're going to go ahead and give them their own? They have to do so much work to. How shall we say it? To make them human-like and everything, you have to do all this stuff. Wouldn't it be more cost-effective to do something else? I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, when you break it down, the movie has a lot of problems. I mean,
yeah. I mean, well, we're not even sure what they do, really.
Yeah.
What are they doing in this? I mean, at least in the original, you get the sense that they're working off world. They're not.
Right.
They're not in on Earth. And again, it's another example of. I guess it's funny. I knew it was going to go off the rails once there were children in it and stuff. Children pop up in it, and I was like, This is going to be another baby obsessed movie. This is just like Arrival, and for me, I just I've said it on this show before. I'm tired of these movies. Extolling the virtues of having children and everything. Maybe it's because I'm childless myself, but I don't find anything magical about it or children or anything. I mean, it's not like I don't like them, but and I certainly like a lot of movies with kids in them if it's done right. But in this, I don't know. It's just a soft, fuzzy Blade Runner movie, not for me. Not for me. I mean, it gets sentimental a little bit, and I don't know. I was expecting a lot more from it. It just did not deliver for me. I wish I could say better things about it.
As for the Harrison Ford replicant thing, obviously when they did the original movie, Harrison Ford knew he was playing it as a human. He strongly felt that Deckard was not human. It was not a replicant. Ridley Scott strongly felt that he was a replicant. But I saw a recent interview with Harrison Ford because he's been on the circuit big time lately for this movie, and he said he appreciates that has become a question in viewers' minds, because it's part of the reason why the Blade Runner has been able to thrive over the years, because of these unanswered questions around them, and he said that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So I think he's come to terms with the ambiguity of it from that first movie.
Years ago, I interviewed Edward James Olmos, and he confirmed to me, this was in '88. He confirmed to me that Deckard was a replicant, and that it was that was written into the movie. So Harrison Ford's the last one to know, I guess, but.
No, I mean Harrison Ford knew. He just refused to accept it.
Yeah,
but that's part of the director's cut with the whole unicorn and everything that spelled that theory out a lot more. The one that they cut from the original unicorn sequence. But I mean he's embraced it now, which I think is good. He doesn't think he's a replicant, but he's okay with people thinking that he might be, I think.
Okay. Well, they did a good job of keeping the question alive in the movie, at least. But I still find the whole thing, the whole mechanics of replicants having children or whatever. That's just that's weird to me.
What if it
doesn't make any sense?
Could it have been an immaculate conception?
Oh, maybe, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. God, no, let's not. No. We don't want to. Oh God, let's not go there again.
Which could have big ramifications in terms of, we started our whole religion on an immaculate conception, which has come to define humankind. So that could have ramifications for replicants.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but so